that the heart attack of Bob.
At a time, which
What's telling you battery?
I don't think there's anything but vanilla right now, honey.
Bill, why don't you stand over there by the sink?
Does that say the battery's
Well,
low or?
it comes to, it says, it's got like an empty and a full thing in there, and it says, it's more on the E, like it's running out.
Oh, I wonder if the battery pack doesn't work or if we don't know how to hook it up.
Yeah, that might be it. I could never remember how to do that either when we tried to charge it. Skip was always the mechanical guy. Did Terry tell you that she and I were over at Grandma's New Year's, whatever it was, right before she left for Florida?
That really, you know something, that made you feel sorry for Dick Nixon rather than hate him.
Hey, how do you get
I never hated Dick Nixon. I mean, he's perfectly human. Just, he's one of these guys that just set out to become president of the United States and did it.
Hey, is it recording right now?
That's a matter of luck, though, right? It's like hitting a
Well, of course, I mean, I got luck.
Can you press this? That makes it go. This. Where's this? Where's positive?
Oh, this is 42nd Street.
I was being interrupted there. So.
Yeah.
Now, is this where they are?
Columbus.
When was this?
Moshe being
I didn't know about this. Oh, what am I saying?
Whose is it?
And there's Laura herself looking. And here comes. That's Ron and Melissa.
And you probably don't have that on, hopefully.
Yes, I do. It's running. Melissa looking extravagant in her new scarf from her sister Margie.
What's up?
And maybe her brother-in-law Ron. I don't know. Did you contribute to that?
He helped. I said it's very pretty, and I think we should go with that.
And we have a nuisance here on my right. Constantly. And here's Thanksgiving turkey.
You should have
Leftover turkey.
There's Thanksgiving turkey. Oh, no, wrong.
double.
Down here.
I'm gonna try to get one more plate, please.
He's gonna try and get one more plate. Could you narrate that for me? Say it a little bit
Try
louder.
to get can you move that jar a little bit more?
There's the 2 plates. He's gonna try to get one more plate. Now, Ron's gonna step out on the basketball court so we can get his jump shot on film.
All right.
This thing's already hurting my shoulder. And there they are, the lovely couple from the Beechwood Estates or something like that.
The Icky Shuffle.
Oh, yeah.
The middle-aged version of the Icky Shuffle.
And I don't think you realize he's on film.
help, but you know how it is.
And here he is, the oh my gosh, Grandpa.
Is it working?
It's working.
It's working? What you mad?
Man, yeah, what do you have to say on this Thanksgiving, Grandpa?
What's that?
What do you have to say on this Thanksgiving?
Happy Thanksgiving.
I think we'll hear that quote more than once. And there she is. Maria, we just talked to her husband, Ron.
Oh, yes?
Yes, and she looks like she has no words to say to the camera.
No, she doesn't.
Obviously.
So you can move right along.
There's not much exciting up here. There he is himself, the monster from the Midwest. I think he's trying to play. Oh wait, it's Mark Murray. What do you got to say, Mark?
Well, Billy's trying to kill us right now.
And how about you? Looks like you got Michael Jordan on the back of your shirt.
Yep, Billy. What?
Did you watch a football game earlier, son?
What game? The Browns game?
Yes, this day will live in infamy as the Browns were beat by a 2-9 team, the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, they suck.
Oh, you're on camera.
I know.
That language should not be tolerated.
Okay, they stink.
All right.
Okay, get him. Jim! Time out. Are you recording this, Jimmy?
Yep.
Oh God, you're wasting tape. You're wasting tape.
I'm not wasting tape. Don't kick it at the camera, son.
I'm not at the camera.
Hey, I'm serious.
Billy. Hey, do something else that your mom and dad would want to see. Yeah.
Yeah, Billy, can you tell everybody Happy Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I happy Thanksgiving. Look out, cameraman! You're wasting your
Went to the turkey farm last year, and they got to see, that's how I found out about it. I got a Christmas turkey there last year. And then I got this.
Come on, Grandma, you gotta say something.
Moist. Make
Distinguished.
sure you get these, all these green.
That was a lousy football game this afternoon.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And you want to say something about Virginia's championship season? Maybe in 10 years you look back on this. This could be the first.
I can say one thing. I saw a whole lot more better football all season long than I've seen before.
Hard to get the
Hey,
white.
that's really nice.
See it. Boy, and I've never seen such a moist turkey.
Oh,
There's a doubt.
it
Did
is.
you ever see what we did? Somebody told me the way to get it. Oh, my, we're now
This lively group here.
Who's back of that?
Jimmy.
Oh, that's Jimmy. Good to see you, Jimmy.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hello, Sister Martha. And this beautiful flag.
That's so pretty.
It's pretty.
Prettier than we are, than I am.
Does anybody want to be on film? That's not my only question. So I'll aim it at that particular person.
Oh, I don't like to be subjects.
I want the, sis, but it's you. This is the one that's, we're gonna do it. I have to get this focused for you.
Watch it, he might, that might.
Now, you can zoom in and zoom out, Jim. Or Pat, I want you to do, who knows a little video?
You want me to run it?
Yeah, run it. Here, okay. Now here, we're gonna do this, this is gonna be a 60-minute piece, then we're gonna go see it.
Oh, we're gonna be on 60 Minutes, that's
Yeah, just a
good.
minute, I just
Yeah,
wanna-
like that.
Now, just, first of all, we're gonna, just do me, I'm gonna introduce the program, then stop, then we're gonna turn it on her.
Okay, I hate to tell you this, but you've already been on.
No, forget it, just,
I mean, it is on. You want it off?
no, I'm gonna be the commentator, I'm gonna
I understand. You are on right now. You've had it running all this
I
time.
know, it doesn't make any difference, in professional television, they can cut in, you have to have
All
a
right.
3-second lead in, and then we go with it, all right, here
All
we go.
right.
It's common knowledge that litigation has become, well, the favorite indoor sport of most Americans. But who are these litigants? Who are the plaintiffs who file these multi-billion-dollar lawsuits? That's the subject of our first piece tonight. I'm Morley Safer, and we'll be back in just a moment. Now cut that for just a minute. The Ameritrust case. How did it happen that you became the plaintiff, Miss Cummings?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you gotta be
I'm not
serious.
on the Ameritrust.
Cut.
Cummings, you're one of the named plaintiffs in a suit. Among the defendants is
I'll
TRW.
talk a little louder.
Among the defendants is TRW. Are you familiar with that suit?
I didn't hear that.
Do you know what TRW is?
Pardon me?
Do you own stock in TRW?
The letter of the alphabet.
Yes.
What's the suit about, Ms. Cummings?
Don't ask me.
Who's your lawyer, Ms. Cummings?
It's against the officers or mismanagement of the officers.
I see. And who's your lawyer, Ms. Cummings?
Pardon?
Who are your lawyers?
Mr. Dennis Murray,
Uh-huh.
Jr.
And how did you learn of the mismanagement of the TRW officers?
Dennis.
Cut.
for force?
They were stealing the damn.
All right. And what, and Ms. Cummings, what are the officers of TRW supposed to have done?
I think it's
What did-
Gorman, but I don't know who the others are.
And what did they do to you, Ms. Cummings, that caused you to sue them for $3.5 billion?
I think they helped them, they protected themselves very well to the disadvantage of the stockholders.
And you're, yes.
I-
And
that's-
you're a stockholder?
Oh, yeah.
By the
How
way-
many shares do you own?
I think,
She just-
maybe 10.
Okay, let's go see this next. No, there was no cash in that one.
No, I thought, well, what the heck, and I didn't even finish the article, because no cash was involved.
Unfortunately, you weren't involved either.
Oh, I see, I wasn't.
Yes. That's too
But I
bad.
got, getting back to Marie though. Marie was this gal that would spend a lot of time with Mamie. Mamie's the rich lady that died and for reasons that are beyond me, decided to remember these two ladies very handsomely. But Marie was not remembered. But I'm running around having to cope with these witnesses. But anyway, I'd be talking with all these nurses,
You don't think it's handsome?
which were key witnesses, and I was defending the will. The will was contested then by Bert's relatives. And the nurses would tell me that Marie would be over.
What?
And Mamie would say to her, Marie, this you got to pick on this, please. I talk with the nurses, and the nurses would say, well, yeah, that Marie Kelly come over. When Marie would leave, she'd say, there's one person I'm not remembering.
So you didn't have to break it up. And Marie was cut out?
She was my godmother.
Marie was
Yeah.
5,000.
Yeah, she was a
Marie
lovely lady.
was not very generously remembered in the will. She was
Maybe,
remembered,
yeah.
but
They're nice,
she
they're
was
great.
very a token.
Wonderful
Was
people.
a token.
The older ladies would cheat on when you're, ladies remember you on your birthday, all the other kids would say.
Yeah.
Funny, I mean,
No.
Why don't I have them for grandmother, or godfather, godmother?
Jim,
nothing that would impress the defense department, but.
maybe you should go up though.
What?
Maybe you should go up. The nurse said, what kind of business is your son? And I said, he's an attorney. And she said, oh my.
Oh, my.
Who was that, Hannah? Mamie?
But yeah, no,
Well, did her,
Marie's nurse.
how old was her voice sound? Maybe I better get up there.
Well, I didn't want to buy them out, but I think maybe she
You know, she's black.
Yes, she's a lovely lady.
Oh,
though.
she is. She's even
Oh, and she's
nicer when
right
you meet
there
her.
on the, right there.
Who's that? Who's that you talking about?
The nurse.
Oh, the
But
nurse?
I don't know what, I can't remember what's the matter with her head.
Where she thought she was
Marie or
talking.
the nurse?
She didn't know she was talking long distance, apparently. She calls it this, the expensive hour of the day, in the middle of the morning. And she goes on, and then finally I said, well, I don't get to Cleveland very often, so tell Marie I can't get to see her. But, and she said, oh, you're not in Cleveland? Now, where she must have gotten the number. And I said, no, I'm in Sandusky, and I don't drive her that far. I'll send Jim.
I'll get right up there. I have a nose for money. I'll be right there.
Oh, your heart would ache for her.
No, I
She won't, and she don't pay the nurses.
Oh, she was.
She'll give it like $2 now and then.
I mean, she was a broken record when that will
And
came out.
Gertrude was really picking up the tab for the rest.
That will, but it was interesting. I mean, there was this love-hate, or mostly hate relationship between her and Mamie.
Was Mamie independent to Marie?
Yeah, well, she was pretty close, blood-wise, wasn't she?
Like I was.
And she didn't have, Mamie had nobody too close to her.
Marie would be her first cousin.
And sister
on
was
the other
close as
side.
anybody, Mamie.
No, Gertrude's the closest.
Oh, Gertrude, and
You're
her
first
Gertrude's
cousin.
brother were
Gertrude and Gertrude's brother. They got the lion's share of the estate.
Oh, they
She was
got
very
grass,
generous
Gertrude
of her, I
got,
thought. I thought that was generous.
like 4 times what we got,
Right,
and the brother got twice that we get together.
right. And I remember I charged an extraordinarily modest fee for my services. That's the one thing I remember.
You always do that.
Oh, I know it, Jim. That's why you dress the way you do. That's why you weren't being told to
Matter of
put
fact,
them
I've
on
had the
these.
bar association has called me on the carpet for reducing the fee on that. That violated some rules that we live by.
Reducing the fee, I can't imagine that.
Am I in there? Get me in there. If I'm not in there, I want to get in there.
This edition.
What I really meant to say was
Has been a
that
very unhappy person.
it's a professional
All
thrill
right.
to provide services to persons defending wills that should
But she has
certainly in
rough
justice
claws.
and fairness be
Just- she
defended
had tough things
defended
through
so as to carry out the
Yeah,
decedent's
she
wishes.
did go through tough things, but she made them.
And hopefully to be
You don't
handsomely
know. Did you tell
compensated
them
in the
about she
process.
was engaged?
Cut!
Tell them when she was
You don't.
Some team from down south.
Dallas.
Hey, Ron, let's hear about your new house.
In the third quarter, the Eagles lead the Cowboys 24.
Camera's on, I know. Nothing to talk about.
Why don't you put Aunt Sis on, Dad?
That'd be great.
Say something intelligent, Dave.
Yeah. That was good. How's that?
Hi, Mom.
Turn the damn thing off.
This is for prosperity.
No, you do it. That's good.
Oh, what's prosperity?
Success.
Margie.
Oh, I'm prosperity.
Margie. Margie.
Margie,
Got everybody on here.
fix that zit on the end of your nose.
Margie.
Way to get it.
Don't you want to say anything, Marg?
No. Quit.
That's uncommon.
Mom, we only left a couple desserts.
This must be my place. I just presume it's supposed to be. Your sweet potatoes.
Oh, thank you. They were. Mark's sweet potatoes were divine too.
What?
Mark's sweet potatoes were divine too.
Oh, it's yes, Mark's.
Mark's and yours.
Is that, are they hard to do? Or was that, did you make those with?
She just whipped them up. She seriously did.
Whipped them up just like that. Threw them in the
Do
oven.
you know how you, can you write my recipe down?
She's not kidding you when she said she whipped them up.
I'm serious.
Looking hard, Dad.
Brown sugar and butter?
Hey, Dad.
No.
The brown sugar?
It was brown sugar, pounds, butter.
Working hard?
That was
Working hard?
it's canned
Are you working hard?
Canned potatoes had
Dad.
egg, flour, milk, and sugar.
Are you working
butter.
hard?
And butter.
Are you hearing me?
But were they, and then you whipped them?
There is a
Well, I
recipe
can,
too.
I can mail you the recipe. I forgot to bring it with me, so it's just if I buy it.
Margaret had me call my mom, and because she was making them for Thanksgiving, she already made it and brought it down with her, so she didn't bring the recipe. So we just guessed what was in it.
Oh, you guessed wonderfully. I like it. I'll put it in the sugar.
What in the world is this?
Melissa,
What?
will you serve me it?
Who's that speaking?
Me.
Could you get over there where I can get you on camera, Billy? Get back, get further away.
I get to hear where nobody's eyes he's hesitating for it.
Like that. Why, you don't get a cold, do you?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, well, I
Back
went
up,
to that
Billy.
educational conference for 3 days in Columbus, and I was telling Grandma, I had this man next to me, and he just kept coughing and sneezing, and I kept edging away. You know how you do? You kind of strain as far as you can to the other direction. And with somebody on my other side, and he was coughing, and he was sneezing.
Well, that was after the election, right, Julie?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was excellent. It was excellent. Now, you know, it's like all conferences. Some
What do you want? I want to be on video eating pie. Yes. Melissa, come sit by me so I don't look lonely. No, like I'm the only one sitting here at the table.
Charlie, you're going to have Susan Billy.
Oh, okay.
more often can than not.
Relentless. It's a relentless.
You can cut anytime now.
Too much television. Too much television.
Peekaboo! Peekaboo!
Lara? Larzy?
Yes. Yes.
Let's have your smile.
I did.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Teenage Mutant Turtles! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles!
Billy's trying to
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Jimmy here has been cracking up for the last 2 hours.
I can see. I can see the crack. Here we go. I got you.
Everybody has.
Sorry, just trying to get the food. You need to come into the other table, Martha, and
Okay, all right.
sit on the corner with me or steal somebody's chair.
Okay. Yeah, this is delicious, huh?
Oh, good. You can have another dessert. You can have it in courses.
I'll ask her.
Bye.
Well, we put some money down, put some money down on it. We were supposed to close the January 15th.
Do we have a smile, Liz?
Telling me you need a renter. You need me to
That's
come
right,
back.
Tate. You coming to Atlanta? Because I say we're trying to rent our place or sell our place or.
That's a very scary thought.
long time.
That'd be a scary thought to know that you
I used to visit her
would have to live forever.
every time I came around. She was
You
fine.
would have to live forever.
Everything was wonderful. Food was wonderful.
No, I know. I know it's interesting.
Never go the fear of the good die young.
No, you have to.
You can have it all the way out. You can have your favorite.
You were faced with that
She
option.
was fine. Everybody else was people in bed.
I think most people would Susan Alter, she's been there forever. Most people, they're really confronted with that.
Not getting
Options
green
are
words
out.
all the time.
Regardless of what
She
their
has all-
theological or philosophical beliefs are. That's what you think.
No.
I thought,
Think was given to our time. I'm talking about healthy, normal people.
they're never any different. Every time you go there, the same, they're like.
Nobody else's time, is it? Is your own?
That's what I'd like to do, but I'm also bracing myself if I
No,
have to
this is
change
why
my
you know
dress.
you've got to take it
I'm not
easy.
going to get excited.
You're doing great, you know, your health is.
Yes, it's amazing.
ours is the Bible study and we he's got the dome.
That's wonderful. I don't like reading about the book.
I'm not going to continue with
What do you think you want?
They're real elementary.
He said, you're exactly spectacular. He said, you're exactly the way you were in your head.
Bible series or so.
Yeah, he told me.
Oh, we really had
Just
fun.
really,
All of that.
Just recently, Grandma?
right, and I don't know something.
Yeah, he said,
Except, every now and then, I'm
but he said he had a lot of fun with you. He said, you haven't changed since you were a kid.
what it is to do it, and I think
That's a good idea. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so well.
Then,
The Treacherous Fight, starring Mark Murray, right there throwing it, and Bill Murray co-starring with Jimmy Murray right up the stairs talking to him. In a vigorous fight, Mark defeats Bill. While Jim is busy, Mark slides up and sneaks up. He's going to get and oh! Jim is the master. Oh, Mark comes back. This is movie in the making. Movie in the making. Ooh, and Jim walks off steadily.
thinking.
Oh, there goes Mark.
We don't have any girls, so.
Tim just here. Tim just got here. I think he'd be quiet, but he didn't talk. Since we all started. That's how we got right there. Had to go all the way up. Come back down. Zoom in on that. Oh, there's Jim scratching his head. Lounging around. Get the best scoops. Grandma. They look really into there. Tommy keeps getting in there. Like my dad. No, that's not my dad. That's my Uncle Jim. Mark is Sister Mark. Having a good time hopefully. There's my Aunt Shirley. Really intense moments and there's Tom, he's finally sitting down, he's finally a little bit shorter. Well, let's go and see what Dad is in the kitchen. Wait, is it Dad doing the dishes? Is this a first? Oh my gosh. And he's putting joy in everything. Ooh, he's washing his mouth also. And gargling, spitting it out. This is great. How do you feel, Tom?
Okay, kid.
Very good. Looks pretty clean in here. Ooh, there's Billy. It's not quiet anymore. Ooh, he's taking dishes into the kitchen.
Did Billy make his movie?
Yep.
Oh boy, Bill.
He saw you doing that because Mom said, what are you doing? Because you had too much money.
Penn State had some really good players. I mean, Rocky River had some really good players. They had all American.
Laura! Laura! What? Billy?
I sent him.
Don't. What? Laura! Billy disappears very mad. Oh, let's zoom in on that guy. Did you see him? There's this beautiful face of Dave.
Hey, what's that stuff on your teeth?
Oh, it's dirt.
Black dirt, metal dirt.
Yeah, metal dirt.
Does that like cut the boys' tongues when you kiss them?
Yep. You should see it.
They get locked together when you kiss them.
Yeah. And here's Menace that brought this. Menace. You see, there's much love in his Me? This is how it was after dinner and after everybody's left. And Melissa right here and Margaret and Mark all worked very hard to wash all these glasses and dishes and cups. And happy Thanksgiving to all. There's Margaret, 1989. Margaret, say goodbye.
Bye.
That you started before, that we were using before.
This is the one right here, honey. I just picked right up at the end.
That's great.
Really stepped up and played ball like, coaches always tell us to do. We had to be rough. We had to
Be cool, Jim.
Adversity, all the pain, everything, come through and just play football.
Yeah.
So Ella is your city champions in the city of Akron give.
Be cool, Jackie.
Basketball inside where it's warm. No snow.
You don't have anything to say with the
Believe
cameras.
it or not, there was one
I know,
team that played worse
you
offensive
could tell about your soccer last night.
Cowboys, but
Were you worried, Jackie?
Was I worried?
The
No, not really.
Eagles showed who was the
Oh, I
boss
was
very
like,
early, showed
just
no
Oh,
respect for the NFL's top
and
draft
Joey was
choice,
gonna try to drive it,
quarterback
like if he could
Cowboys
see.
didn't like it. but they did get 60 minutes of shutout.
You were worried about that.
The Eagles' first score came
Because
on
you know little Joe be like this way. He's already like sitting up on the wheel, like trying to see. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
former Ohio State fullback Keith Byers rumbled for a 25-yard gain in the second quarter to set the Eagles' field
No, there's
goal.
7 of us.
On a
He hit his
one-yard
station
touchdown
wagon.
run later. And Chris Carter caught another touchdown pass, 17-yarder. Carter 3 catches, 53
It was
yards,
me,
pair of
Nicky
touchdowns.
D'Angelo,
Dallas
Christy
now holds
Kramer,
the
and
record
Bus
once
Kramer.
again,
And then it was
11
Jim, Joby,
defeats.
and Joe Polizzi.
College football tonight, 17
Joe
ranked West
Polizzi's
Virginia
the one I
beat
was missing.
Missouri 24-17 early in the fourth quarter. This afternoon, Cornell bounced Pennsylvania 20-6. Last night, college basketball's #1 team, Nevada, Las Vegas, was not only upset, they were stunned by Kansas 91-77.
Did
Jayhawks of the Giant Killers in this early stage of the season. Kansas has played 4 games. They were the nation's #2
Because I
team
want to be sure that we
earlier
get
when
some
they
good
took LSU,
face shots
second-ranked
of
in the
Grandma
nation,
and Grandpa.
#1. By the way, Ron Harper
some
played
really
last
good
night, first game
head shots, not just glances at them.
We've got them.
Do you really?
There's more ahead of the 10 o'clock game.
I got some headshots of
I'd like to see it and make sure we get some, because I don't want to end up with water.
On a special note, I have truly been blessed. So I'd like to send a message of hope to someone out there who may be in pain, someone who's not happy this holiday season, suffering from a tragic loss. I want you to know that things do get better. Somehow, they do.
We're down near the end of this battery.
Christmas past came alive with
Is that why the red light's
and
on?
we welcome the holidays with shimmering lights. Well, now True Value Hardware Stores capture the motion of miniature lights with marquee sets from Nova. Your choice just $14.99.
Yeah, so you can buy me. I already have all the Christmas lights lit up and everything.
Turn them on
They're so early bird.
So
I guess they should put them on now though, like when the weather's not like that bad. Instead of like go out there trying to put them up in the middle of the woods.
True Value
I don't
Hardware
mind
Stores
having to
and
put them
Home
up and have
Yeah.
them ready, but don't turn them on.
Yeah.
I like to wait till the first sunny day
It's the sales event of the year. Momax
I know, like some people, like a lot of people have to weekend buy before Thanksgiving. You know,
car and truck will be marked down. For slapping a police officer today, she got
But so they would stop after they'd find one and look at it right away.
Really?
Take the candy out, count the money. Yeah.
We used to always, I never did that either. I was always
I got all of them in
Pile up
the
for-
pipes. Hey, where?
Oh,
down the
yeah.
basement.
Yeah.
Actually, you didn't get all the ones
really good
in
there.
portion front of Reese's peanut butter cups. If there's any jingle. Ah, garbage!
Billy.
Careful, don't step on these.
Whose are they, Tim's?
Yeah,
Here's one.
Oh, you found one?
Yeah.
Huh. This guy was all torn apart. Who's that one?
Ha, under. No, I got that.
Bill.
Billy, I already got him out of there. I got a jelly bean. I got that. 10 cents.
Good for you.
I got a gum jelly bean.
That's an extra.
It is? Mm-hmm. I got a bonus round.
Hey Timmy, come here, I'll help you out. I think I've seen a couple while I was walking around.
Where? Mom, Tommy hid some in the pipes down the basement.
The pipes? Is there any more down the basement?
I don't think so. Sure. Because Tommy said he doesn't think there's any more. But there's all these in the pipes.
Hey, not you guys. Billy?
Oh, Timmy can have it. Timmy can have it. Let Timmy have it. I got this for Timmy.
Oh!
He missed it. He missed this one. He got that egg.
Give him a chance.
No, he got that egg.
Good job! What are we going to do with all these eggs? Oh, isn't that beautiful?
I'm not.
That for me, insist.
That's the baby and his daddy and his brothers out.
Oh, they're out of Plum Brook?
And
The mother and dad and baby?
no,
Well, just the mother and dad.
Timmy, you better get working. And the
Here, baby.
baby's home.
have the carrot today?
See that carrot? See that carrot right there?
Yeah, I see. Isn't that great?
Red and black are known for being disturbed by runners, actually.
Oh, really? Are you going to do any more marathons?
I'm thinking about possibly this fall. I'm back to running every day.
Excuse me.
That takes some work.
Question is whether I'll be ready for that kind of a long one or not.
And where would you run it? Which one are you thinking about?
Well, if I haven't been running with, you know, Bob.
Hi, Jimmy.
Where else? We didn't look in the, did we look in the study? I mean the porch? Look in the porch?
I don't think there's any more.
Me neither.
Oh, you got a few.
I only got one peanut butter egg though. I know.
There's not that many peanut butter eggs.
To our grown-ups.
Oh. There's no more back there, guys.
Tim? Come here, Tim. Timmy! Come here. I tell you something. Come here. Dad. Come here. Oh, thanks, John. What a big help you are. Oh, I love that puzzle. You did this?
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't fall down, eggs. You done?
This Sandusky man is keeping a close eye on the political upheaval and possible civil war in Russia because he's trying to do business behind the former Iron Curtain. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us.
Here's what's happening on Toledo tonight. Who rules Russia? As of this hour, it's still Boris Yeltsin. For how long? As of this hour, we don't know. Maybe nobody does. We do know Russia's constitutional court failed to rule on whether Yeltsin had acted within the law Saturday when he took over emergency rule. The chairman of the court almost pleaded for Yeltsin and Congress to agree, and the Yeltsin advisor confirms negotiations are underway day and night. Now, Yeltsin made no public appearance today. His 85-year-old mother died yesterday, but he did order police to protect television and the press, apparently to prevent the legislature from trying to take them over. Now, for its part, the Russian army drills, but senior officers are under great pressure to stay neutral. The fear in Russia is civil war and bloodshed, and the prevailing politicians may be those who convince the people the army is on their side. Now, a Northwest Ohio man is keeping his finger on the pulse of democracy in the former Soviet Union. As 13's Elizabeth Gray explains, Sandusky lawyer Tom Murray is literally banking on the success of free market in Russia.
Shortening the bread lines is, metaphorically speaking, what Sandusky attorney turned businessman Tom Murray has a hand in doing in the former Soviet Union.
Russia needs help. The question is what kind of help and when should it be given? I would argue that right now Russia needs more than anything else. They need advice and counsel about what democratic institutions are.
Murray has a vested interest in seeing democracy flourish in Russia. Together with the officials who helped usher in an era of perestroika, Murray has started the U.S.-Russian Information Resource Institute. It's what could be the first corporation in Moscow devoted to helping American business set down roots on the new soil of democracy, in addition to training Muscovites in the ways of a free market economy.
It's a two-way street into Russia. One street leads towards helping them understand democratic institutions. The other set of informational services has to do with where the investment opportunities are, how you get it done, who you contact, that whole range of questions which have bedeviled American businesses.
News that the Clinton administration is now eager to shore up democratic reforms in the former communist state is welcome news for Murray. But he says it's not so much money that Russia requires, but education and moral support to help keep the fledgling system afloat. Now, Russia, as we know, has already been a favorable climate for businesses. Businesses such as McDonald's and the Radisson Hotel have successfully relocated to the former USSR.
Elizabeth, are there any other businesses on the horizon that Murray is trying to pave the way for?
Well, actually, Murray's business itself will not be open as such until summer of 1993. But yes, he is working with a Fortune 500 company that he won't name specifically to come over to Russia. He says, though, that enterprising business in Russia is not, of course, without its risk, although he personally believes that democracy will flourish in the end.
Okay, Elizabeth Gray with that live report tonight. By the way, Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur and Congressman Paul Gilmore each say they are supportive of help to Russia, but will need to see a written proposal before they agree to a dollar amount for aid.
A teenage suspect in a 4-month-old
Of course, during the direct examination of any witness, we're limited by the rules of evidence in how far we can go in suggesting answers to a witness. Nevertheless, the good lawyer, to the extent he can do so without undermining the effectiveness of the direct, will use leading questions, as these lawyers did here. It's well to remember that leading questions are proper in a number of areas, and that most judges will allow us to lead, for example, in preliminary matters, as here. It's impossible in watching these examinations not to be struck by how much these lawyers were in control of the direct examination from beginning to end. Now, of course, that's a product of preparation. They knew what they were going to ask. They knew what to expect by way of a response from the doctor. Nevertheless, even with a great deal of preparation, it's important that we maintain the direction of that examination with any witness, but particularly a medical witness. A doctor with a lot of records in his hand can be something like a loose cannon on the deck in the courtroom if we simply let that doctor go any way that he feels like going with those records. So one way to avoid that is to keep control through the judicious and selective use of leading questions, and each of these lawyers did that very effectively. It's well to remember that it's proper and that most judges will allow us to use leading questions in many areas of a direct examination. For example, preliminary matters, as here. It was apparent in watching these examinations that these lawyers were in control of that examination throughout the entire course of the doctor's testimony. That, of course, requires preparation, but it also requires that a lawyer know how to keep control over the direction of the witness's responses. A doctor with a lot of records can be something like a loose cannon on the deck if we simply allow him to refer to those records and to respond without any control being exercised by the questioner on the responses of the doctor. For that reason, the good lawyer knows how to use judiciously and selectively leading questions in order to maintain control over the direction of that examination. We should remember that it's proper in many areas of a direct examination to use leading questions, and that a judge will allow us to do so. For example, with preliminary matters, as here. The fourth element worth noting was the degree of control which these lawyers maintain over that direct examination at all stages. How do they do it? Well, of course, by preparation, by knowing what the doctor was going to answer and by keying off with their questions the previous answer of the doctor. But they also use another technique, and that is the judicious and selective use of leading questions. It's an important tool, and we shouldn't overlook it. It's proper in many areas of a direct examination to lead a witness, and most judges will let you do that. For example, in preliminary matters, as here. It's also important that we know how to control a direct examination. Of course, during the direct no, strike that. These lawyers also showed how to maintain control over a direct examination from beginning to end. Of course, control is a product of preparation. By knowing what your witness is going to respond to, it's comparatively easy to ask the next question and to keep the examination going along the course that you intend. But it's also necessary, if you're going to maintain control over most examinations, to use selectively and judiciously leading questions. And these lawyers showed how to do that. It's well to remember that it's proper in many areas of a direct examination to use a leading question. For example, in preliminary matters, as here. I'll try it one more time. Another thing which these lawyers did, which represents a strike. Another thing which these lawyers did was to maintain control over the direction of the examination from beginning to end. Of course, the ability to do that is a product of experience and skill and preparation. But one of the tools we have for doing it, and it's an often overlooked one, is the leading question. Leading questions in some areas of a direct examination are proper, and judges will allow you to lead in those areas of direct examination. For example, in preliminary matters, as here. Or to change subjects, as here. To remind the witness of testimony previously given in the direct examination, as in this example. Or by asking the witness to define a term as laying a basis for further questioning. A somewhat suggestive leading form, but usually one which a judge will let you use in a personal injury case, as Stan Preiser did here. Or to ask for a definition from a witness as a basis for further questions. A somewhat leading way of conducting a direct examination, but usually permissible in questioning a medical witness, as Stan Preiser did here. Or to ask about matters which aren't in dispute. Or to ask a question about a matter not in dispute, such as the name of a body part, as here. Or to ask a witness about matters not in dispute, such as the name of a body part,